Hey and welcome to the Daily Man United News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Facundo Pellistri makes Uruguay squad despite injury. Even though Facundo Pellistri has been injured since the beginning of the season, the winger has been called up to the Uruguay squad for the upcoming international break. Uruguay play Iran and Canada as they continue their preparations for the World Cup later this year. Pellistri has been ruled out with an injury all season, and it's believed that it also prevented him going on a season-long loan. United will hope an opportunity arises in the January transfer window because I can't see him getting enough first-team football at Old Trafford between now and at the end of the season. It's interesting that Diego Alonso feels Pellistri is ready for a call-up since he hasn't played any football. Then again, that didn't stop Alonso selecting him last season when he featured sporadically for Alaves. Pellistri is highly thought of by his international manager, which is a good thing, but he shouldn't be risked if he's still injured. Anthony Elanga makes 2022 Golden Boy Award list. Anthony Elanga is considered to be among the top 40 young players in the world football right now. That's because the Manchester United starlet is one of the 40 young players nominated for the 2022 Golden Boy Award. The accolade is run by Italian outlet Tuttosport, with a number of journalists voting across the year for the best under-21 player among Europe's top flight leagues. It started with a 100-player list, but it has now been cut down. The 20-year-old became a regular in the United team last season under Ralf Rangnick and went on to become a fully established international after working his way through the Sweden ranks. Elanga's best moment yet was a goal in the Champions League knockout phase against Atletico Madrid. This season, under Erik Ten Hag, Elanga is likely to play less games, but there will be opportunities for him to develop as a player. Congratulations to Elanga. What Erik Ten Hag and Manchester United will work on during the international break. According to Manchester Evening News, Manchester United manager Erik Ten Hag has outlined his plans during the upcoming international break. The first part of the 22-23 Premier League season is over, with the last international break set to begin before the World Cup in November. Manchester United have seen a substantial rise in form after their dismal start to the campaign, and the team made the jump from 20th position in the league to the 6th with a game in hand. Ten Hag has definitely left an impression with his first month at Old Trafford, and it's clear why he's rated so highly by football experts. Slowly but surely, there are visible signs of how he wants his teams to play, with the team looking more organized and compact. There is still a long time to go before we properly start witnessing a team relatable to his previous work, and factors such as the international break certainly bring a halt to the process. Asked about how he is planning to spend the international break, the manager admitted that it will be tough to work on new strategies amidst the absentees, but plan on developing structures with the players at his disposal. What we can plan? We can plan work structures with the player who will be there. We can work on specifics, but when 90% of the squad is not there, we cannot work on development. That is clear, Ten Hag said. Players such as Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial, among others, will hugely benefit from the break. It will give them ample time to have a smooth recovery from the minor injuries sustained. For players who have not been called up to the national squad like Jadon Sancho, the break will provide them with a chance to merge more with the manager's vision. Paul Merson shocked. Manchester United left-back Luke Shaw has been picked in the latest England squad. Manchester United left-back Luke Shaw, being included in the latest England squad, has left Paul Merson flabbergasted. The Arsenal icon does not understand why the 27-year-old has been called up to represent the Three Lions in the upcoming Nations League fixtures. There has been a lot of criticism directed towards Gareth Southgate for his picks. The inclusion of Harry Maguire and Shaw has been met with disapproval by some. Speaking on Sky Sports, Merson, who spent 12 years on the Gunners' books, can understand the United being called up. However, the 27-year-old left-back being named in the 28-man England squad has surprised him. I was shocked with Luke Shaw 1. If I am being honest, the amount of fullbacks we have in this country, and talented fullbacks at that, I was shocked by that. but not the Harry Maguire one, Merson said. Shaw has not had the best of times in recent seasons. The left back has found himself at the receiving end of some backlash. In the previous campaign, the former Southampton star made some high-profile errors. Since making his way to Manchester from the Saints in 2014, Shaw has seen many ups and downs. The 27-year-old's injury record has made it difficult for the left back to play consistently. Under Erik ten Hag, Shaw has not played many minutes either. He started the first two games, however, after disappointing results against Brighton and Hove Albion and Brentford, the 27-year-old has not been afforded a lot of game time. Tyrell Malacia seems to be the preferred option, and the Holland international has made it difficult for Shaw to get back in the starting 11 with his performances. Rio Ferdinand claims that Jadon Sancho will feel disgruntled over Gareth Southgate U-turn. Rio Ferdinand claims Manchester United winger Jadon Sancho has every right to feel disgruntled after missing out on a spot in Gareth Southgate's squad for England's upcoming Nations League encounters. Three Lions manager Gareth Southgate unveiled his final squad before the World Cup in Qatar earlier this week, with no place for Sancho. England take on Italy on Friday 23 September and Germany 3 days later, as players stake their claims to board the plane to the Middle East this winter. Sancho's snub came despite his Old Trafford teammates Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw being called up for international duty. The two defenders find themselves outside of Erik ten Hag's first-choice United starting 11, whereas Sancho has scored 3 goals in all competitions during a promising start to the season. Early on in his tenure as England boss, Southgate vowed he would pick players on form rather than reputation, yet his latest squad suggests he has veered away from his principle. Ferdinand believes this gives Sancho cause to feel aggrieved, even though he agrees with the vast majority of the selections in the squad. There is a lot of defenders. I think the only real surprise in there is probably the amount of players that he's got that aren't playing regular football at their clubs, the Red Devils legend told BT Sport of Southgate's latest England squad. Given the kind of stance that Gareth had when he got the job in terms of players playing minutes and picking players on form, Jadon Sancho will be one player who will probably look at the squad and think, I've done what's expected of me as a winger in terms of output, numbers-wise this season, and I am doing better in terms of numbers than other players, and I'm still not getting a look in. He could probably feel disgruntled, but I think that squad is a lot of what we would expect. Sancho, for his part, remains determined to feature at the World Cup and has pledged he will keep up the hard work as he bids to represent his country at the tournament, as we reported here on the channel yesterday. Youri Tielemans' top priority for Man United's January £70 million spending spree. A fresh report has claimed that Leicester City's Youri Tielemans is the chosen one for Manchester United boss Erik ten Hag. The Belgian international midfielder only has 9 months remaining on his contract and looks unlikely to pen an extension. He will be free to negotiate and agree a pre-contract agreement with any clubs outside of England from January 1. He was linked with a host of clubs over the summer, with both United and Arsenal keen. However, Vigachess.net are claiming that Ten Hag has requested to make 3 new signings when the January transfer window opens. He wants to bring in a new right-back, a creative midfielder and forward, and has been told that he will have £70 million to spend. And Tielemans is allegedly the chosen one for the middle of the park. Despite their insistence of keeping him in the summer, Leicester could decide to cash in on the ace come winter rather than lose him for nothing at the end of the campaign. Tielemans has started all but one of the Fox's opening Premier League matches. Leicester Chiefs are understood to want to recoup at least some of the £40 million they splashed out to sign him in 2019. He has previously indicated that he wants to leave Leicester for a team competing in the Champions League. The Foxes lost Wesley Fofana to Chelsea last month, while stalwart Kasper Schmeichel left for Nice. Brendan Rodgers' side sit bottom of the Premier League after picking up just 1 point from their opening 6 games. If United are also looking for a striker, Ajax's Brian Brobby has been mentioned, but this would seem far more likely in this summer. Chelsea enter £100 million Jude Bellingham transfer race. Chelsea are reportedly lining up a move for Jude Bellingham should he leaves Borussia Dortmund next summer. As reported in The Sun, the London club are looking to make Bellingham their statement signing for next season, with the new manager Graham Potter a big fan of the England international. Bellingham has been heavily linked with Liverpool and Manchester United over the past 12 months, and Chelsea will face a tough fight for his signature. The midfielder is one of the most highly rated youngsters on the planet at the moment, having gone from strength to strength in Germany since his move from Birmingham City. Bellingham made his debut for Birmingham at 16 years, 38 days, becoming the club's youngest ever first-team player. Although Premier League clubs were sniffing around when he left the Midlands, Bellingham chose Germany and Dortmund for their knack of developing young talent. It has proved to be a wise decision. Aged just 19, Bellingham is now a full England international with 15 caps to his name. He is also expected to play a key part in the World Cup for Gareth Southgate's side. It's thought that Premier League club will need to pay a minimum of £100 million to bring the prodigious talent back to England. Erik Ten Hag would no doubt be interested in luring Bellingham to Old Trafford. His age, quality and temperament would surely see him become a mainstay in the United midfield for the next decade. Christian Eriksen is currently playing the Bellingham role, and whilst he's playing exceptionally well, the Dane will be 31 next summer and can't be expected to carry United through a 60-game season. With Casemiro also on the wrong side of 30, Bellingham would provide energy and legs to United's midfield, allowing the more experienced heads to focus on their jobs in other areas. Although Bellingham has not publicly expressed a desire for a move, it's widely expected that he will return to the Premier League in the near future, with Dortmund following their effective buy cheap, sell high model. If the move does end up materializing next summer, Ten Hag will surely be expecting United to be at the front of the queue for one of the most exciting English talents of this generation. Atletico Madrid forward and Manchester United target Antoine Griezmann unsettled due to lack of minutes. Manchester United target Antoine Griezmann is unsettled at Atletico Madrid due to a lack of minutes this season. An exit in the January window is not ruled out for the France international, according to The Athletic. Griezmann has not started a single game for Diego Simeone's side in the 2023 campaign. However, he has been brought on after the hour mark in every single fixture and mustered up good numbers. The 31-year-old has rejoined Los Rojiblancos on a 2-season loan last summer from Barcelona. Atletico also have an option to make the move permanent. However, the Madrid-based club believe they will be able to save some money if the Frenchman play less than 45 minutes in each game. The Red Devils were seemingly interested in Griezmann this summer. A move failed to materialize. However, the current circumstances present an unusual opportunity. United were looking to bolster the forward line in the recent transfer window. Cristiano Ronaldo missed most of pre-season, and the Portugal international's future was uncertain. However, the 5-time Ballon d'Or winner has remained at the club for the time being. Erik Ten Hag has seemingly revived the attack at United. Last season, most of our forward options failed to make a considerable impact in the side. Griezmann has not been the same player he was a few years ago. The Frenchman has not registered the numbers fans expect from players of his quality. However, if United are able to get him on the chip, the 31-year-old signing is something that supporters would not mind. I will be uploading daily Man United news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.